Let's talk about evaluating exponents when the base is negative, like in the below examples showing variables. All three will yield different results for different reasons. Let's find out why that is. Let's take the first example and plug in, let's plug in -2 for x. When you plug in a value for a variable, don't forget to use your parentheses around where the variable was. Imagine that the variable, when plugged in, requires these parentheses to keep everything grouped so that we don't lose our sign. And then we had the exponent. Versus this one, how will that look if I follow those rules? It was a -x, meaning I still need within my parentheses the exact same value for x. Everything in the parentheses should not change if x is -2. Finally, this one gets quite interesting, really. The book doesn't explore this one, but why don't we just show what it really would be? You have to change the initial parentheses into brackets, then add the parentheses -2 for x, drop one more bracket in, and that would even still end up with a different result, but we won't worry so much about that one. First example, this is implying that we're multiplying -2 by itself. -2 times -2 comes out to, two negatives make a positive, a +4. +4. Over here, we start with squaring whatever's in the parentheses. This is the first operation. And what is -2 times -2? Same thing. It's the same one. So this is 4, just like before. But this was left out. It was not part of the problem. You do not turn this into a +2 and then square it to keep it positive. You square it to be positive, and you leave this there to be a final answer of -4. Now you see big difference between these two answers. Why don't we just create a little hiding box? The book says that when the negative is not protected by parentheses, cover the negative with a finger to prevent you from using it. That's not the shape I want. How about let's use just a blue square, and we cover up this with a finger or something so that we don't expect it to do anything. We do this, and then we pull it away and we add it on at the end. So I plug in my variable. I see -2 squared should be 4. Then I move my finger away, and I still have a negative. That's how the book recommends making sure you evaluate your base with a negative base with an exponent correctly. Here are two more examples, and they will be different. This time we don't have to plug in a variable. It's actually a little easier now. It's just, what is this implying? What number times what number? Keep these separate. -3 times, -3 times -3 is what? Two negatives make a positive. In this case, though, remember, if the negative is not in parentheses, if it helps, put your finger over the negative sign. Evaluate it first. It's not in those parentheses, so 3 squared is a +9. Then we take our finger away. Oh, there's a negative sign there that was not in the parentheses, so it's not part of the problem. Final answer, opposite of 9. So just a little symbol, but makes a big difference. What if A was -2 and B was -3? Plug them in using your parentheses like always. A is -2, don't forget your square, minus A was -2, B is what? -3 minus parentheses squared -3. Now we finish. And yes, there's a lot going on here, but you're perfectly capable of all of it. The negative is in the parentheses, so we include it. This is a -2 times a -2 4. Minus, let's look at the powers first, and then we'll finish. Negative 3 in parentheses, meaning negative 3 times negative 3 makes a positive 9. We just did that one. Let's keep our negative 2 in the next step. Finally, what's this going to be over here? Positive 9. What's next in PEMDAS? It's not this. It's not even this. Negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. Use parentheses perhaps to keep your negatives straight. This is going to, of course, become positive and a positive, isn't it? Meanwhile, I still have my negative 9. Finish the problem. If it helps, get rid of this one. You don't need two pluses. 4 plus 18 minus 9. Work your way left. Don't do this one first. 22 minus 9 is 13. Making sense? Hopefully. Simple enough. There's not a whole lot to this. Just keep it all straight. Trust your parentheses. Use the finger method if it helps. 2 practice problems and a problem set for tomorrow. Best of luck.